Hey guys, it's your old pal Tristan. Yeah, I did kind of copied art of McJugnuggets a little bit. I was coming to tell you guys ahead of time that in the future, tomorrow, when I upload this, would be the next day. Me and Josh, we're gonna go vlog more. I'm gonna go to his house. We're gonna go somewhere. I'm not sure where we're gonna go. Might be Greenwood. More likely not Circle Center, not during this time. Unless we're on break. I don't like going anywhere that far, but anyways. Greenwood definitely is. The Greenwood Mall is definitely not out of the picture. He's gonna think of something. I'm gonna think of something place different. Might search it up, places to go. So yeah. So definitely tomorrow we're going somewhere, and hopefully we can get a lot of vlogging done. Kind of in the need to do more vlogs with Josh. I kind of a crutch now. Seems like I have to have that at least every other week, Friday, before I go into work. So if you guys are curious, this is my room now, and I've updated it almost every time I get another poster. I always update it, kind of cool LeBron James fathead name right there. Got this big one right here. Got that recently, about 3 weeks ago. All these, this is kind of like my half-wall 49ers wall. Mostly a Kaepernick, and partially Payne. I don't know why he's on a 49ers wall. Kaepernick, he's still my favorite 49er. Then we got over here, this was recent, my dad put that on, is a Cap team. Hey, I do love Cap, I do respect and every single one of them, especially Ant-Man. Like, besides Cap, Ant-Man would be my favorite, because of Paul Rudd. But, man, I feel like it jinxes my team. My team's Iron Man, and my specifically favorite is Iron Man, Tony Stark, aka Robert Downey. So, hopefully that doesn't jinx my team too much. Of course, by coincidence, talking about Robert Downey and Iron Man, there they are. So, that's cool. And it's signed, obviously not, the official. It's obviously been printed over and over, but that's his signature. That's awesome. Got a Cavaliers calendar. Right now we're on the month of, obviously, April. And the April for this month is Kevin Love. There's Kyrie Irving. In Philadelphia, even back then, was suckish. Look. The Philadelphia 76ers. What the fuck? And of course, Keane, he's definitely charged up and he's ready for the playoffs. The Uncle Drew. Can't talk now. There's Uncle Drew, LeBron again, the return, the School Steelers fathead. Here's a big pen poster. Reason why I put it on the door. I can't throw. Can't swallow. Reason why I got this pen poster on the door instead of the wall, if you realize, there's no more room. There's absolutely no more room to put that band poster at all. There's nowhere. And it's too big for any of these small areas, obviously, so I tripped over my MacBook. Nice. Only the case, not the official. That probably broke $1,000 because that's what the school would need, but whatever. So that's the only where I could put it. It's freaking awesome. It's a perfect poster I could find at that mall. I think it was the Greenwood one. By coincidence, might be the place we may be going tomorrow. If he can't think of anything, if I can. Okay, and here's a Ben Fathead. Get rid of the glare. Yes, okay. Got a Ben Fathead. I don't know why I'm having to zoom in, just walk up to it, Tristan. Jeez. Here's a Ben Fathead. That's a new updated one. That's the old one from 2010. This was just last season, was this one. So we got a little mini Steelers wall going on here. Got an old picture from 2 years ago. Ben symbol logo. Here is one of my favorite posters and pictures on this wall. Try to get that out of the way. Yeah, forget about it. No, forget about it. This is the Age of Ultron poster. The only difference is that Iron Man has his helmet on. Because, when he goes into battle, he's not going to have his helmet off. He needs that on. So, they can't show him without it because that's not normally what he's going to look like. Damn, this glare's bad. What's up with that? Just can't stand. I don't know where you see me, obviously, but that's just not enough. What's up with the glare? Anyways, you can barely see it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's the Age of Ultron poster, kind of like from the movie theater. Only difference is Iron Man has his helmet on. So, there you go. Here is a Michael Jordan plaque. This was 4 or 5 years ago, but obviously still looks really good, brand new almost. Cool Michael Jordan card right here, and here is a couple of random montages of him throughout his career. Pretty sick. Am I right? Here's another one. This is kind of like this is a poster. And man, the glitter's bad. It's better when I lift it up right here, okay? Here's him home. I'm not sure these games, because I never watched him live, obviously. Because, you know, I wasn't born. I was born in 1998. That's the year he retired. And here is I'll just zoom in so it gets more clear. Oh, it's hard to keep my hands steady. I guess just very careful. Here this is like lifelong career stats and stuff. You can pause the video as I'm showing this. You know, yep. Pretty awesome. Got a couple of Damian Lillard posters up here. And obviously his team's doing really well right now, even without LaMarcus Aldridge. But they're definitely going to do a lot better now because freaking LA Clippers lost Chris Paul for the year due to a broken hand and a quad injury due to Blake Griffin, and he's guaranteed out for the year. And I really personally me, I'm not the biggest whoops, I don't know why I still images. Anyways, I personally, I'm not the biggest LA Clipper fan. I don't hate him. They're alright. I kind of like him. I like Chris Paul and I like Blake Griffin. I personally feel sorry for the Clippers because they've been doing so well this year. They were the 4th out of that one hell of a conference. Like, you had the Warriors 73-9, the Spurs right behind them with 67, 68 wins, and tied for the best home record in NBA history. Thunder right behind with like 55, 56 wins right behind them, and then the Clippers. They still had a 51 season. That was a crazy first 4 finish out of the Western Conference. It was intense. It was an intense conference this year. And it's just unfortunate that they finally get Blake Griffin back. He injures his quad and he's back and he's out guaranteed. And Chris Paul, same thing. He's out indefinitely, but they said it's guaranteed for the rest of the season, but they don't know when he's going to be fully back. Like, where he can play again. Because right now he can. That broken hand is pretty bad. And, yeah, I wish Clippers the best, but it's obviously it's not going to be enough because they got the best player and tied for their best player, Blake Griffin, because DeAndre is obviously the best center in the NBA, and Blake Griffin is one of the best power forwards. So I guess maybe give the slightest DeAndre, but there's barely no difference between DeAndre and Griffin. Griffin's athletic, he could dunk, he'd do a lot. I think he's getting slightly better every year. He's getting more skilled and more creative with his shots. Of course, in the end, it's the alley with him and Chris Paul is undeniable. Anyways, so you got your best player who generates and creates your offense, literally, from scratch, is Chris Paul. And he's about the best point guard in the NBA to do it, to construct your offense with the ball. Then Blake Griffin, you know, that hurts. Now they got DeAndre, that Jeff Green they got from Boston, and their 3-point shooter. What was his name? And if I forget, hopefully guys you let me know. JJ Redick, yeah, and they got him. That's not going to be enough. I'm like, they're going to really have it tough with the Trailblazers, and Damian Lillard is on top of his game right now. Man, good for him. I like him. Or else why would I have a poster of him on my wall? It's not going to be good. It might go to 7 games, but I don't see them coming out of the first round. Oh well. Kind of a bit upset because I thought that'd be one of the teams that 100% healthy could take Golden State. Because with that size in the paint, Blake Griffin, DeAndre, and Chris Paul, the big 3, that's scary. Golden State defensively, they can't stop that. I don't think they can even slow it down. That'd be one hell of a series. Now it's down to, realistically, OKC or San Antonio. But now with Curry out for 2 weeks, he's out for 2 weeks because of due to left ankle sprain? I forgot. But it's something similar to that, and he re-aggravated something with that same leg, and now he's out for 2 weeks because it's re-aggravated bad. Obviously, you all know this because it was big news since he's considered the biggest name in sports, at least basketball-wise, which we all know it's LeBron. But right now, it's Curry and his team. And they're the talk of the world, and they beat Houston in 5, you know. That was impressive to do that without Curry. But, you know, Houston's is kind of a disappointing team this year. They were by far not near as what they were last year, and it was bad. I don't know what happened to Houston this year. They were not even half. They weren't even half of what they were last year. Oh well. Enough with the basketball knowledge. This ain't what this is all about. It's supposed to be a vlog update about what we're gonna do tomorrow. But let's update you on my room. Here's another Uncle Drew very recent poster. It's freaking sick. This is awesome. Hate the glare, but you're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, I love it. The big K in the background, Kyrie Irving. Old vintage LeBron and Paul George one-on-one. Back in his Miami days. Miami days again with Dwayne Wade the last season they were together. Shaking hands one of the last times. His new updated I'm back at Cleveland. The official cover of him being back to Cleveland. This was right before the finals versus San Antonio. In fact, this might have been the start of the playoffs. And there's an old kind of cartoon version. It's pretty cool. Steelers play. That's been there all the time. So has that. And that Steelers played over. Wait a minute. That's the only one I got. The other one's in his dad's room. Forgot. Obviously, this is kind of hard to not notice. Big old LeBron Fed head. You know I had to have that on my wall. That was perfect. That was perfect. Cavaliers, the symbol. The LeBron poster. The first season, when it was first. This was probably preseason. Almost. Back to his Miami days. I got this a long time ago. It was him and Ray Allen would be later on teammates that very next season. Yep, and can't forget the LeBron plaque. Cannot forget that. Respect. Of course, not many people respect him. But, for me, die hard. Another Cleveland one. And over here, as you already know, there's another LeBron poster. Frame. It's Cleveland years. That was vintage. Obviously, a long time ago, Cleveland vintage. That's more recent this year vintage. Well, actually, that's last year, because he has not worn that headband. Other than that Golden State game that they got their AWS's blown out of. Other than that game, he has not worn the headband at all this season. So, that's clearly his first season with Cleveland back. And then there's him, of course, vintage right there. Anthony Davis, poster. Well, they ain't posterizing really nobody. Like, technically, that guy right there. Not really. Well, I guess technically DeMarcus, because when you're posterized, you're in someone's poster, and if you're in the poster, you're posterized. So, technically, DeMarcus Cousins was posterized, and so was the other guy that's right there. Big Ben, playoffs. I could tell because he's wearing the visor that when he got his nose broken from Nada, who's a very dirty, fede nose tackle from Baltimore, which I have no idea where he's at now. He's probably retired. Uncle Drew, again. LeBron, first round playoffs against the Celtics. He's flying. And there's the king again. This is this season. This was before the season started, but that was cool. Fed head of LeBron. This was probably the finals. It looks like it. I love that gold uniform. I'm going to have to get the shorts. I don't have the shorts yet, but I will sooner or later. Cleveland, LeBron, another one, the home version, cannot talk. More fat heads, little decals. And of course, like I said, one of my other favorites too, the Destiny Taken King poster. Yeah, I love it. And I am kind of waiting. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for whether most people would even think this or not. But in my opinion, I would think if you follow Destiny, you're going to understand what I'm about to say right now. If you don't, you're going to be completely dumbstruck. So skip to another part of the video later on. But this would be what I think what should happen in the Destiny year 2, not year 3. I thought year 2 was the Taken King, and that was just a major big DLC that just changed everything. Anyways, yeah, one dumb strike. Oh my god. I was gonna say what I think personally. What I think should be the year 2 of Destiny. I think if you know who Osiris is, which all you Destiny people know who Osiris is. I know I do that a lot for some reason with my lips. I don't know. I don't question it. It just comes natural. Anyways, Osiris, since he hasn't been back, and he has been confirmed dead, I would think if he came back, he should come. I would love for him to come back and be an ally again. I would love it. But I think personally, it would be better if he came back as an enemy. The most powerful enemy in the Destiny universe. Like how Avengers have their Thanos as their most powerful villain, which obviously they'll later on face, which I have no idea how they're going to stop him. I would think Osiris needs to be the most ultimate, at least one-on-one, at least one enemy with an army of all time, most powerful villain of all time. And since I hear the Cabal's going to have a big reason in the year 2, they'll be involved, the regular Cabal, and Osiris will also control the Taken. Now, the reason why Osiris is evil and the most powerful villain of all time, this is my thinking, what I would love if this happened. Since he questioned a lot when he was resurrected, just like us all Guardians were, I don't think he was. I think it's just one of the original ones that didn't need it, that didn't die, but had to be resurrected from a ghost. I think that he meets with the darkness after he leaves the tower. And he only found that to be understandable to talk with, and tricked and poisoned his mind and completely twisted him, and that's the only thing that made sense to him. So he became evil. He controlled the darkness at its will, just like Infinity Gem. He just used it and bent it at his own will. He controlled the darkness. He controlled the Taken. The Cabal joined him because he tricked them too. So you have Osiris and his massive army, even bigger than Oryx's and Crotus combined. And us Guardians, again, have to stop this one now. And I think the raid, which is the ultimate kill Osiris, or stop him at least, and his army, I think the raid should be so big and hard that the requirement, instead of 6, it should be 9. 3 more. Now that would be intense. You're saying 9 people at once? That would be kind of hard, but that's just saying how much dedicated Bungie would be if they made this new raid to be even better than King's Fall. Because at King's Fall, that is one sick, awesome, hell of a raid. That was awesome. I loved that raid. King's Fall was amazing. That was finally something, we find something harder than the Vault of Glass. And Vault of Glass was day 1 when Destiny came out pretty much. That was always there. Crota raid, that couldn't beat it, but it was definitely a different raid. Nonetheless, it was definitely different. But it wasn't as hard. The House of Wolves came out, there was no raid, and we're really getting thirsty for a harder raid than the Vault of Glass. And here comes the King's Fall raid, a year later from first launch of Destiny, and we're all shocked, and we're all, wow, that's amazing. Now I think this new raid needs to even be better. It needs to require 9 people. Now I think it shouldn't be like the King's Fall, how it requires mechanics and timing on everything. It needs to be more like the Crota raid. Not like that size, but like the technique, how the strategy was to beat the raid. When you do the King's Fall raid, especially when it gets to the Oryx checkpoint, as you all know, everyone has to be perfect. They all have to do the right thing at the right time. Everyone's got to have a responsibility, and they have to do it right. And everyone's got to contribute. Unless you got 5 players who are just great and Hall of Famers of it, and that one other player is average, well, that's different. But typically, you're going to need all of your fire team members, meaning all 6, not short 1 or 2 players. You're all going to have to contribute and get the job done. If you don't, you keep wiping. I wouldn't know. I haven't been in the raid still with my Warlock at this moment. I'm planning on making that happen very soon. But right now, I'm in the middle of my tie-in on the April update. And, yeah. I think the raid for the new one, it needs to be more just being good. It can't be, I don't think the King's Fall's like smarts, like it was just technique and being precise. I think it just needs to be how good you are overall. How good can you be at the raid? Like, not strategy, but just kill the enemy. Like, there's gotta be some kind of, mechanics here and there, but just not near as much as the King's Fall. Because King's Fall, especially when it got to the second boss, the Golgoroth, that pissed everyone off. That was the most aggravating one of them all, probably. It probably took the longest to figure out of them all. That wasn't obviously, it wasn't the hardest to kill, but it took definitely the longest to figure out and solve. Like, we couldn't even figure out how to begin with, how to even start damaging the damn ogre. Oryx, it took a long time, but we eventually figured it out, but he was just, you had to be perfect. Even if you know what to do, you have to get everything done perfectly. If you don't, you gotta wipe, or you're dead, either way. He got really, precise at that moment, and some people was a little bit aggravated from it. I'm personally not until it gets to the Oryx checkpoint, and that, it's too precise. It's too complicated, because you and your fire team, you and 5 others, have to be perfect. If you're not, you're gonna screw up. And I know I'm rambling on. I know this title is gonna be, update on what me and Josh are gonna do tomorrow, but I don't know. Just give me a little bit of my personal feelings of what the new Destiny 2 should be. So you know what I want, what I think would be awesome. Osiris returns. Evil, dark, most powerful. He's a Taken. He's everything that we feared most. He's got the Cabal, and he's got the Taken. He's got the darkness itself. And even, I don't know if we should even, I think it'd be too big. But it is Destiny 2. It's not the Taken King where it's just a DLC. This is Destiny 2 officially. It's going to be a lot more story, a lot harder. So maybe they should even bring Eris into it. I don't know if the Queen should be evil. I hope she's not, because not only is she hot, she seems like she would do the right thing. That's best for the universe. Like, the good thing, what we want. Not what the darkness wants. I think Eris, how it ended, in the Taken King, as y'all know, I will not fail, the classic line of hers, and we're all, what does that mean, and how it's kind of like it just stopped right there. Like, boom. We have no idea what's going to happen. But most of us know deep down that she's probably gonna, go against us, and she doesn't know. She knew too much of the Hive. She knew too much of Oryx and Crow, and it does seem a little odd she does know an awful lot about them because she studies them. And she wants them dead so she can take over the universe. She doesn't worry about Oryx or Crota. And she's probably hiding her true power, but it may not be great to take out Crota and Oryx, because if she knew that if she would kill Crota, Oryx would be coming for her, because he came for us. So, we're the ones that had to do her dirty work. I'm just saying as if she's evil, and she probably is deep down. So we're going to do all the dirty work for her, and then sooner or later she's going to come and backstab us too, and she's going to do her own thing. I don't know if she's going to join Osiris, but she's probably going to turn on us. So that, and then what's ever left of us good people, us guardians and people at the tower in the world, the universe that's against evil, we'll have to face that. And it's got to be the ultimate bang of Destiny ever. This is Destiny 2. This is not just the Taken King DLC. This is year 2, so I'm just saying there has to be a lot. There has to be a lot of enemies. It's got to be even bigger than Taken King. I mean, personally, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to be possible to top it, but this is Bungie. These guys have been there and done that. They've made Halo, which I've never played, but I know it's a great game. It's got probably considered one of the best games of all time, especially story mode-wise. And, I love story too. I love that. That's what Destiny kind of struggles in. So hopefully Destiny Year 2 will definitely have a lot more story, a lot more villains. Especially, I'm pointing out Osiris, the Cabal, Taken, that's already 3, and, was I even saying Eris? Was I saying that always? I was probably saying something different, but Eris more. Her too. Whether she joins him or not, either way, she backstabs us, she turns on us too. Hopefully, that'd be like, I don't know if she should be the one that turns on us first before Osiris comes. I don't know. I'll look that up to Bungie. I can't make that up, but you hear what I will like to happen in Year 2 Destiny. That's all I can think of. So, yeah. I know I rambled on a lot. This is probably a 10-minute video. I thought it was going to be a short 2 or 3. I got to study some. Got an update on Kevin Jordan today. I'm going to upload that later on tonight. I don't know how many games I'm going to play. It's pushing it. Sorry, 5:30. Oops. Anyways, likes and subscribe. Hope you like this. Drop a like if you like this. It really helps out a lot. And as always, stay cool.